Welcome to this episode of Our College Your Voices. I am your host, Kara Monroe. When Dr. Kathy Lee, the Central Indiana Chancellor, announced her retirement, the college worked through a process to discuss how to reimagine that campus and large service area. Listening sessions, prototypes, data, and ideas were brought forward for consideration. From that work, the 19th Ivy Tech campus was launched and renamed Hamilton County. The former Noblesville site would become a degree-granting campus with all the rights and responsibilities of a full campus. Hamilton County, as it's now called, will be the newest C3 or small campus with about 1,200 students, and it is rapidly growing. Hamilton County is Indiana's fourth largest and fastest growing county, with top industries aligned with Indiana's areas such as IT, STEM, agriculture, healthcare, and manufacturing. The Hamilton County campus will become a large employer base and allows us to have an Ivy Tech campus in all top 5 counties across Indiana. I'm excited to have the senior leadership team from that campus with us today, so let's meet them. First up is Dr. Stacy Atkinson. Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Kara. Thanks for having me. I have the honor of serving as chancellor for our new 19th campus, Hamilton County. Have been with Ivy Tech for a little bit under 7 years and super excited for all that is to come.
Welcome. And you actually created a vacancy at another campus. You were chancellor at the Richmond campus. So we're doing a chancellor search there. Although by the time this airs, that may be wrapped up, but
better be.
We were doing that at that time. And that meant you also got to bring on a vice chancellor for academic affairs and a vice chancellor for enrollment service. So let's meet both of them. Next up is Dr. Rachel Kartz. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Kara. I am the vice chancellor of academic affairs at the Hamilton County campus. And I've been at Ivy Tech for almost 8 years now.
Wonderful. It's very good to have you back with us. And Jessica Metz. Hi, Jess.
Hi, I am Jessica Metz. I am the Vice Chancellor for Enrollment Services and Student Success. I've been with the college for about 14 years.
Excellent. And then last but not least, rounding out the cabinet is Dr. Dan Clark. Hi, Dan.
My name is Dan Clark. I'm the Vice Chancellor for Community Engagement. Been here since the site opened in 2014, and am just as thrilled as I can be to have Stacy, Jessica, and Rachel here.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about what you all, because I know you've had nothing to do for the last 3 or 4 months. Tell us where you are. We're recording this on June 8th. It's going to probably air late August. So tell us about what the progress has looked like of building the campus there.
So until July 1, we are, quote, fake. And I both love that and also hate that accusation. It is true. It is our reality. We are not a campus. We are still a Noblesville site, although you will owe me $1 every single time you call it Noblesville and not Hamilton County. I'm collecting dollars. So we have been building a campus, and I tell most people the story of being chancellor is that I wish the offer to be the chancellor at Hamilton County came with a manual that said, step 1, you do this, and then you move on to step 2, and so forth and so on. Unfortunately, Ivy Tech has done some really innovative things since its inception. This is not one of them. Starting a campus and spinning a campus off from a site is not one of us. So we are all writing the manual that we will hope to give to other sites that are moving on to a campus. It's been a lot of community engagement. I spent a lot of time meeting with people in the community and understanding their needs and learning from them exactly what Hamilton County and what an Ivy Tech campus here in their service area can do for them. What types of programs will make the graduates that walk across our stage employable at their places of employment and their businesses and things like that. We've had some really rich conversations with the high schools. We are wondering what sort of K-14 strategy, intentional strategy we will have. And we've been hiring. I was employee number 16 on the now Hamilton County campus. They will call us real July the 1st. I like to say we were real the day I got here on March the 1st, because none of this feels fake. It all feels real, live and in color. It all feels real. It's super exciting. We have gotten some programs approved. We are thrilled to be a degree granting institution for specific programs. And we cannot wait for this global pandemic to be over to have hallways that are also loud and hopefully will drown out the chancellor of the campus. That's something I'm really looking forward to, is more people means my volume isn't so high. So it's been an adventure. Every day is a different kind of adventure. And we're just excited to see what's to come.
And so, Stacey, I think for folks who are not as engaged in the higher education landscape, it might be important to explain that sites are not always degree granting locations. Campuses always grant more degrees than sites do. And there's just a level of approvals that we have to go through to get you recognized as a campus and not a site. Those are actually formal definitions that we have to do. And I know I'm going to direct the next question to Dr. Kartz, who I know has been spearheading some of that work now that she's been in the position. So Rachel, what are the programs that you're expecting to offer at Hamilton County in the fall when you are official?
I'm really excited. We received approval from the commission, from the Indiana Commission of Higher Ed, April 26th, which was my very first day in this role, for our initial programs that we're going to offer. And we have programs in each of the 7 schools at Ivy Tech. So we have programs in advanced manufacturing, engineering, and applied sciences, art sciences and education, business logistics and supply chain, public affairs and social services, nursing, health sciences, and information technology. We have both programs that prepare students to go directly into the workforce. So we're looking at things like automotive technology, building construction technology. We also have programs for students who are interested in transferring on to a 4-year program at one of our 4-year partners in the state of Indiana. So those would be things like biology or education, psychology. I can go on and on and on here about our program. So if you want me to go into detail about any of the specific ones, I'm happy to.
What do you think are going to be the fastest growing programs? I know I'm asking you to predict the future, but what do you think the fastest programs will be?
I think as soon as we can get our healthcare labs set up, that is definitely a high need in Hamilton County. Every time I talk to somebody from the county, whether or not they work in healthcare, that is something that is identified as a need. So we're hoping to offer medical assisting and CNA initially. Maybe someday we'll have, I don't know, Stacey, am I allowed to say this? Maybe someday we'll have nursing on our campus as well.
Absolutely.
For sure. You are absolutely allowed to say that in all spaces, by the way.
That's right. Absolutely. Obviously, the programs make up one piece of what it takes to support students, but we also have to help those students get enrolled, support them through that enrollment, engage them in student life, all of those things. So Jess, I'm going to probably come to you to start at least this next question. Tell us a little bit about where you're headed with enrollment and student success initiatives.
I like how you framed that, starting with me, because this is something that everybody's going to play a part in for sure. We've got a lot of ground to cover in enrollment and recruitment. We've discovered that there are some people that just aren't aware of what Ivy Tech can offer in Hamilton County. So some of that is just an awareness campaign, I feel like, in the county, making the residents understand what Ivy Tech can do and how we can serve them both in the workspaces and also as a college provider. Dan and Stacey referenced that K-12 component, that K-14 aspect of things too. So there's going to be some conversations around that, but also our industry partners. How can we serve our workforce and make sure that we've got trained employees and a trained workforce? And a lot of that is just conversation in the community. So that's a good starting point. Once we get them on campus, we need to work to help make sure that they're able to be successful in their coursework though. We've got a strong but mighty team here. They're very small. We're adding people to the mix every day. And as we move through, I think a lot of that coaching mentality is something that we are looking to put out into the Hamilton County campus, help them feel part of something, make sure that they feel supported here on campus, but also that they belong here and that we've got something that we can provide to them, but then they're also providing to each other. So we talk a lot about that family aspect, but I think it's more than that. It's, do you feel like you are part of the community here? Not just Hamilton County community, but the campus community too. So that's really what we're looking to do. That's going to take some time, but everybody's willing to kind of roll up their sleeves and get going. So we're excited about it.
Excellent. I know that this went from a site to a campus and you have had to add some employees. What has hiring looked like and where are you at this point?
So hiring has been busy. 15 employees managed to go from a site to a campus. So Ivy Tech Noblesville had 15 employees. I was employee number 16, and then we hit the ground running. We're at about 21 or 22 right now, early June. For some context, other C3 campuses within the Ivy Tech system range from about 100 to 150 employees. We will not have that. We're not on a parade to bring on 150 employees. We'll see what our students need and what our students desire. but we are continuing to hire. I would say, to answer the question, what does it look like? It looks really busy. And it looks like a lot of us are on interview committees at any given time. We have 2 rounds for cabinet level positions, and that includes the entire campus. So every employee is invited to be part of cabinet level decisions and cabinet level interviews. Rachel will start working on her faculty hires here soon, and she'll figure out what process works best for her. Jessica's doing the same. Everybody will bring on their team, and there'll be leads, and they'll decide how they want to run the interviews and things like that specifically. But it has been busy, and we are blocking time, and everywhere we turn, we say, well, we have these 3 days this week and they're blocked out for interviews, but it's super exciting. We're working really hard to be intentional about who we bring in. There is a level of skill set that has to be part of the position that they will hold. And also they have to fit with us. We are small and we know everything about each other. And we pride ourselves in that. And we're building from the ground up a culture on this campus so that we can trickle that down to our students and make sure that we have a great, to Jessica's point, that we have a great sort of environment for our students. One of the things that the pandemic taught us was that Ivy Tech Community College, 19 different places, plus all of the sites that we have, was more than just a higher ed institution for people. And for our students, it was like a home. And people really mourn that. And they mourn the loss of being able to go into the atriums and go into student lounges and go into bookstores and go into libraries and go into tutoring centers and actually be home. And it was something I took for granted myself. And when we closed our doors with the forced pandemic, we learned people really miss this place, and not just employees, but our students really miss this place too. So we want to bring every single person in so that every single person that is an employee and part of the Ivy Tech Hamilton County family has a smile on their face and is super excited to be here, so that students and potential students are also excited to be here as well. So lots of work. That's what hiring looks like right now, I would say.
I know that you have one of the largest buildings in our fleet of buildings. You at least didn't have to go build a building, so that's good.
That's very true. The building has always existed here.
And you have a lot of partner organizations that sit in that building with you, which is fantastic. You're sort of a hub in the community. But I'd love to know what ways you're working with county organizations like the Hamilton County Career Center. And Dan, I think I'm going to start with you for that question.
Well, I've lived in Hamilton County since 1986. And for those 30 years, Hamilton County was missing at least 2 assets. It did not have a higher education institution. It did not have a career center for high school students. Ivy Tech fixed the first problem there, and led by a local judge and the school superintendents, the county council has now appropriated a few $100,000 to plan and implement a Hamilton County Center for Career Achievement. And the motive behind that primarily is to, number one, make certain this county has the most skilled workforce it can possibly educate and train. And 2, make certain that the opportunities to be part of that workforce are afforded to every child, every family, and every adult. The planning process will last a couple of years. In that time, the college and the high schools and the employers will work together to figure out how every child, every family, every adult can maximize their potential and do it in a way that is more affordable, more effective, and more lasting.
Excellent. Excellent. I am excited about the Career Center opportunity. I know in other places where we have those, we have really great partnerships with them. And I know this has been really intentional. So I know we'll continue to do that here. Well, I know you are a busy team who need to get back to work, hiring more people and getting ready to welcome students in the fall semester. We know that every episode ends with a call to action. And so for everybody here who's listening, like the Hamilton County Facebook page so that you can stay updated on progress and happenings on the campus. And I will make sure that we link to that in the show notes. And if you know folks who live in the Hamilton County area, make sure that they're aware of what's happening at Ivy Tech Hamilton County, because it's bringing new great opportunities to the Hamilton County area. We're all excited about it. Thanks again for joining this episode of Our College, Your Voices. I want to thank today's panel, Stacey Atkinson, Chancellor, Hamilton County Campus, Rachel Kartz, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Hamilton County, Jessica Metz, Vice Chancellor for Enrollment Services and Student Success at Hamilton County, and Dan Clark, Vice Chancellor for Community Engagement at Hamilton County. I'm your host, Kara Monroe. You can connect with me on Twitter at K&M Tweets. Our producer is Sarah Ferguson. You can reach us by email at ourcollegeyourvoices@ivtech.edu. Don't forget, if you're an Ivy Tech faculty or staff member, you can join our Microsoft Teams listener community. You'll get instructions on that every Thursday. Our website, where you'll find links to our show notes, is ivtech.edu/podcast. Production assistance for this and every episode provided by Becky Campbell and the Ivy Tech Community College Creative Services team. Our background concept is by Matthew Pittman. Theme music and post-production services provided by Jen Eads at the Brassy Broadcasting Company. And we will talk to you next time on Our College, Your Voices.